never seen one right.
Knockout to 3 counts is the podcast, baby. It's a real deal, baby.
Knockouts in 3 counts starts now.
What up, no? It is a Thursday. This is Knockouts in 3 counts, and man, do we got a show for you. And man, at least the weather's kind of chilled out over here. Not where you're at, but we've got the return of our buddy, the owner and running head guy of Circle 6, Mike G. How you doing, brother, man?
I'm doing good. It's a little hot, but the AC is running, and the place is getting cooling down a little bit. Got out of the desert finally and into the B&B.
I like it. J-Bone, you ready for another trip to Vegas, bro?
Oh, God. Keep me out of Vegas, man. Keep me out of Vegas, right? See me walking around with those big old margaritas bigger than my head. Keep me out of Vegas.
This guy's got the bladder of a 3-year-old.
Look, man, once I start getting going, it's about every, what would you say, average 10 to 12 minutes? Like, I got to stop and go to the bathroom.
Maybe. And he gets the biggest margarita you can find when we're at the far end of Fremont Street listening to Spandex Nation. Yeah. I'm like, dude, you're going to have a long-ass walk.
How do you even deal with – no, man, how do you even deal with all that sugar in that thing? Like, that should mess your stomach up.
I got a strategy, right? So you start out with the big beer, and then you ease a little bit into the mixed drinks, and then by the end of it, you're like, I got room for 1 or 3 more. Get a big-ass margarita to cap the night off, you know what I mean? And then you just piss every 10 minutes.
Bro, that strategy just scares the shit out of me.
I was going to say, that sounds like a bold strategy.
I'm always here for the tips. Yeah. I got you guys.
I mean, if somebody uses that strategy on September 9th at the Catalyst, bro, I feel like they're going to miss most of the show.
Well, yeah.
Or we're going to end up like some of those skid mark chairs that were circling around on the internet last week.
I seen that. That was disgusting, dude. What the fuck?
Wait a minute. Somebody fill me in. What did I miss?
There was a photo that was circling around on wrestling Twitter of 2 white chairs with skim marks on them from somebody who definitely chose to not miss any part of the show. If I find it, I'll text it over to you. It's somewhere. I mean, it's now lost in the ether a little bit, but I'll dig around for it and find it. If anybody's listening and knows it, just drop the link in the chat for these dudes and
so
let
I don't need a demonstration because I live with Crohn's disease. All right, this is like a normal like fear of mine, but not because I just want to watch the show. So any motherfucker that's doing that just so they can watch the show, sir, it's not.
That was just an assumption that they wanted to watch the show. I mean, God knows, but
I'm just saying.
Next level.
That's not worth the squeeze, sir. But I'm just saying,
make better life choices.
Make better life choices.
Look, it had to be a hefty amount to leave a mark like that.
I'm not sharing that. Don't worry. We'll have something in this show that you're going to want to share, and it's going to pertain to September 9th and Circle 6 Catalyst. But before we get to Catalyst and all those things, catch us up, man. Since the last time you were here in Detroit, tell me about your guys' trips down to Texas and around and how the shows went and what were some of the standouts for you?
Dude, Texas was awesome. I really, really enjoyed it. You know, Houston, for the small crowd that we had there, man, they were loud as shit. They were hot the whole night. It was awesome. That venue that we were at over there, the Houston Premier Arena, it's got a really, really dope vibe to it. It's just the audience that goes there is just excited about wrestling. They pop for everything. It was fun. Like, it was a very, very fun show. You know, like I saw Homicide smiling. That was enough for me. You know, like seeing him smile and actually, seeing him enjoy himself. I was like, all right, this is dope. You know. So both those shows were really fun. Dallas was a little bit different than what we would normally do because it was taped to air, you know, on the following Thursday. But we kind of treated that show a little bit almost like a break, right? Like we had the talent was there hanging out around. We brought catering in and beers and put a couple coolers ringside, kind of blocked off where the fans were from the talent. Everyone was just kind of there watching. Almost felt like a pandemic show as far as like how the rest of the locker room was involved in it. It was cool. There was a lot of wild stuff that went down on that one. Bobby Beverly suplexing Jake Chris in the middle of the street as a dump truck drove by. Like, it was just weird. Really, this is like a weird show, but it was a lot of fun. I think, we're experimenting right now and trying a couple different things. And I think both those shows, in my book, were a success. They were good.
I like it, man. I like it, and I like that you guys are getting out and checking them out. What up, though, Donald? We see you in the comments. Yeah, man, there's already a lot of people talking about your guys' return here at Jam Handy. Corey, this is going to be your first show with us September 9th over at the Jam Handy. You know, I told you the last time we were there, past guests of the show, Masada and Schlack and all these guys, they got 2,000 thumbtacks in the middle of the fucking
200,000. Don't shortchange us.
200,000. That makes it even worse.
Yeah, that was 200,000. Don't shortchange us.
Good Lord.
Look, all I know is that shit looked pretty gnarly. So what are your thoughts after everything me and J-Bone told you? And J-Bone, after Corey's done, feel free to give your experience with night one here in Detroit.
Well, yeah, you guys definitely did a great job building up anticipation for the return. I mean, you may not know, Matt, but for the rest of us, I'm normally the MMA side of the show. That's my specialty. So I do kind of pick and choose which ones of these wrestling events I do attend. But they did a great job of really building up anticipation for your guys' return back. And then with everything kind of behind the scenes going on, it's just led to that much more. You know, I'll definitely be there to check it out this time through.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Donald, man, I see you in the comments, bro. I know you're saying you're going to come through as well. J-Bone, what did you think of the first time around here in Detroit, bro?
Hey, man, I had a great time there. And like I told you, Kyle, when we were there, it was such a unique wrestling show for me because, I mean, let's be honest, man, a lot of these wrestling shows are set up the same type, same style, same way type thing. But from the venue to the ring ropes, to the mat, to the crowd, to the environment, just the wrestlers walking around, just hanging out with everybody after their matches, man. Like, it was a good time. It was like a party. It wasn't like you're just at a wrestling show. You're there to watch some wrestling, but at the same time, you're partying with people. You're hanging out with people, talking, conversating, meet new people. It was a great time, man. Very unique experience for wrestling shows. So you guys did a great job of standing out, especially here in Detroit. We get a lot of wrestling here, man, and that one sticks out for me. So can't wait to come back.
Yeah, we're
can't wait to come
definitely
back.
trying to keep the vibe a little different. You know, that party atmosphere is definitely what more we're going for. You know, but yeah, it's I think that Detroit show was probably the second most fun I've had aside from our debut, which was just a surreal experience for me. You know, so I don't think anything's going to compare to that for the next little bit. But yeah, Detroit was definitely it was top.
What up, Chris?
Now you say the debut stands out. Is that simply because it was the debut? You getting your promotion going and everything that built into getting that moment kind of, atop of the tree for the night, or was it?
Yeah, I mean, it was on
the night or all of it.
It was all around performance. I thought the performances were fantastic during that debut show, and to be honest with you, it didn't really feel real to me until Christopher Daniels walked out. Until the show's not even the doors open, until he was in the ring, I was still like, what the fuck's gonna happen? Just first time jitters in general. We're trying to do a lot the first time around, and I'm always, I don't know, people say I'm negative, but I don't believe it until it's in front of me,
Hey, it's not a bad way to think about it, though. Hope for the best, expect the worst type of thing. You know what I mean? It's like,
usually,
what could go wrong? What could go wrong?
Yeah, especially in the entertainment business when you're relying on talent and stuff to be able to, make their schedules work and everybody show up on time to put on a proper schedule and really put an effort forth to make your product actually stand out, on that level that you're hoping, of course, it will. That it takes all that stuff, and like I say, for it to all kind of mash onto one night, I can imagine the nerves going into that first one.
Definitely.
Well, as you can see in the comments, man, the build up for your guys' return. There's a lot of people have been talking about you guys coming back. Shout out to Jerry. Obviously, if you guys have been following our show, you've seen plenty of Jerry's photography. If you guys do need a photographer, Jerry's a good guy to look at. But with that
Yeah,
being
hit us
said,
up in the DMs.
Jerry, you heard that there? Check out
All right.
Jerry. But with that being said, I mean, there's a lot of people talking about your guys' return. The first thing that I'm seeing here that's advertised is the hybrid ladder match for the Circle 6 Championship. So tell me about that. What makes it a hybrid ladder match? Is there anything that makes it different from a regular ladder match? And how are you feeling about this match to crown, your first champion? And who are we going to see in this match?
I'm very excited about this match. Very, very excited about this match. So we'll start from the top. It's called the hybrid ladder match to pay homage to where it came from. Hybrid Wrestling, Ohio Wrestling Company, from Independent Wrestling Company back in the day. This is a match that was coined over there. The key points of this match that make it unique from every other ladder match that you're going to see. Each person that enters the match is assigned a color, and they will have a ladder that is that color during the match. They're only able to win the title by climbing their ladder. They can't use any ladder that's over there. So there's a whole different level of psychology that goes in when you're going into this match of not only do you have to, worry about getting up the ladder and getting the title, but you have to worry about protecting your ladder to make sure you can get up there.
That's definitely an interesting dynamic. I like your twist on it.
What a way to bring the ladder match a classic match.
I like it.
Adding a new layer, man. I'd be out there just trying to tear apart everybody else's ladder. What are you gonna do? You got to get creative.
I was just thinking that, I would smash the shit out of somebody's ladder. Like if you gotta climb that ladder, I would just smash the shit out of their ladder so they can't climb it.
Something, I don't know.
Yeah, there's a whole different strategy to this, and I'll tell you, we're using real sturdy ladders here, so it's gonna take some big stuff to destroy a few of these boys. So. We'll see.
They said it's not going to be like the one that got ripped in half by Brian Cage, is what you're saying.
It's not. It's not a painter's ladder. It's not a $75 painter's ladder from Harbor Freight.
It's more
Donald
similar
in
to
the
the ones
comment.
on the top of my work truck, is what you're saying.
Yeah,
stuff actually meant to lift some weight off at the top. Yeah.
for sure. You can climb up both sides without having one break on you.
Yeah. These guys can speak to it because we were at this concert this last Tuesday. That's why I missed the show. But Jordan, you met my brother for the first time. 6'8", fucking 280. So he needs a real ladder.
Big little brother. Your very big
just
little
to
brother.
Hold his own weight, he needs a damn real ladder. So I understand the difference between a ladder and a actual equipment ladder. Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, I'm just going to throw this out there. Since we're talking about Brian and we're talking about Alice in Chains and Breaking Benjamin and Bush and all that shit, we need to bring Brian's big ass out to the show, bro.
Yeah.
The more the merrier.
Dude, a gnarly ass ladder match is a pretty good way to get him to come out there, dude. I'm just saying. And we're sponsoring the show, so I'm just saying. We need to bring Brian's ass out there, bro. The cat's out of the bag. Like I said, we're going to be looking. We're looking forward to Circle 6 Catalyst. We're going to be sponsoring one of the matches on the show. We're definitely looking forward to it. I enjoyed night one. J-Bone did as well. So we're definitely looking forward to it. We're going to be we're glad to have a part with it. And that being said, Mike, I think we've got some pretty cool shit to come in the weeks leading up to the show, huh?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we're number one, happy to have you guys. Just answer that real quick because I saw it pop up. Donald, yes, it is all ages. Just to have you guys on board helping us out. It's been great to be able to pop on the podcast with you guys and talk. So I'm happy to have you all on sponsors. And, we want to take care of your fan base and make sure your people are getting an opportunity to get some cool stuff and talk to some cool people. So, if you want to let them know what we're doing.
Hell yeah, man. So we got to lock up dates and things, but I can promise you a few things. If you guys are new here, you want to make sure that you hit that subscribe button if you're watching on YouTube so that you can make sure that you don't miss any of this stuff. we are going to be giving away some free tickets. If you guys are new here and haven't subscribed to the channel, you have to screenshot showing that you followed both us and Circle 6 on Instagram and that you've subscribed to the channel, and we will pick somebody on the episodes with the talent from Circle 6 leading up to the show. And for those of you who have been following us for a while, like you, Donald, I know you've been following for a while. You know, since you guys have already been subscribed, it would be cheating if I just picked you guys because you guys have already been so and done that. But with that being said, you know, we love a good promo this time of year. So if you guys are in the spirit and want to win some tickets to Circle 6 Catalyst, the best promo can win you some tickets to Circle 6. Now, like I said, make sure you're following us on Instagram at KO3C Pod at circle6.co. Isn't that correct? That's what it is on Instagram?
Yep.
Make sure you're following
Instagram,
us on both.
Yeah.
Make sure you're following us on both, and make sure you're following along on Twitter as well, because we will be letting you know when the shows that'll be that will have tickets and stuff like that. But like I said, there's going to be some really good guests. They're going to be coming to you real soon. So like I said, if you guys are new here and haven't already done so, whether you're watching on Facebook, YouTube, all those things, make sure you're liked and subscribed so that you don't miss any of it. So yeah, man, I'm looking forward to Circle 6 Catalyst, boys.
Yeah,
Big
awesome.
news, man. Big news right there.
Yeah, awesome opportunity for all the fans that will be tuning into those future episodes, because, you know, everybody likes going to stuff. Not everybody likes paying for tickets. Let's be honest here. So what a better chance? What a better chance than to sit at home, watch an interview that hopefully you were planning on watching anyway, joining us, and getting the chance to win some tickets.
Hey, and get creative out there, man. You know what I mean? You guys do this in the mirror.
For those of you guys who have already been following us, though, that's for the guys that have already been following us. If you guys have been watching, you know, we'll do that. We'll do the promo on one episode, and we'll do just, you know, the regular thing like that. Like I said, make sure you have to show that you're following both us and Circle 6 on Instagram, and you got a screenshot showing that you're subscribed on YouTube, and you'll be entered for the tickets. Like I said, make sure you're subscribed and checking us out, and stay tuned on the social media so that you can see all that. So, yeah, man. I'm definitely looking forward to it and seeing what comes out of these interviews that we got coming up too. Because you guys know, if you've been following us for any length of time, you never know what the hell is going to come out of a show with knockouts and 3 counts. And with some of the guests that we'll hopefully be bringing to you, that might create quite a good time, you know?
It will. It's always a good time.
Hell yeah, dude. Well,
we definitely got some unique characters in our locker room, so we're going to bring you some good people here.
I like it, dude.
Yeah.
The first show had plenty of that. Corey, this is going to be your first run with Circle 6. Like I said, it's going to be a good time. Now, that being said, you better be ready to come in there because it is hot as a motherfucker in that building. So, yeah, man, it's about to get hot. We're about to get down and get after it.
Listen,
but, man,
I'm hoping
ready.
September, I'm hoping is going to be a little bit cooler over there. You know, you guys tell me if you think it's going to cool down a little bit, but you know, we're trying to. Okay, come on, give me some hope here. No, we're going to try to keep it as cool in there as we possibly can. We know it is a hot building, but let me tell you something. Like, I used to go to PWG Reseda every month, and I don't think there's been a building I've ever been in that's been hotter than that during the summer. So it's not that bad. It's not that bad.
I'm just busting balls now. I've not gotten to go to PWG in Reseda, and I've heard that is like the astounding thing with it as far as like being there for the matches. Like, they have some of the dopest shows you're going to see, but it's hot as a bitch in there. So
yeah, rest in peace to that VFW. It's gone, but while it was there, it was definitely something to behold.
Yeah, man. Derek and Megaran were talking all about Bola the last time I was with them down there. And when we were in Vegas last time, we were talking about that because they're from the Arizona and around the Cali area. So, like I said, Circle 6, let's talk about the show coming back here to Detroit. What, other than the hybrid ladder match, which I honestly, just for that alone, am really looking forward to it. Another big thing going into this is that it's going to be available on Fight TV as well. So tell me about that, and what was the process like getting in there with Fight? I know we talked about that it was a little tough on the last show, but this is going to be a much bigger audience for you guys to be able to stream this out.
Yeah, this deal came together actually right after that weekend. We started talking pretty closely right after that weekend of the last Detroit Cleveland show. We've been talking to Fight again for about 2 weeks, 3 weeks or so. Finally, it all worked out. Everything was good. They were ready to have us, and we're happy to be there. But this isn't going to be a situation where everything is going to move over to Fight. We're structuring this kind of in a little bit more of a traditional, how like WWE was way when it was WWF back in the early 90s, where there was 4 pay-per-views, 5 pay-per-views a year, and everything else was on, either network television or cable or whatever it was back then, where you were able to access it a little bit easier. We didn't have to pay a premium for every show. But when we do put on these premium events, when we do put on something that is like, hey, we're going to dump a lot of money into this and it's going to be worth your investment, it's going to go to Fight.
I like it. So basically the Fight shows are going to be like your guys SummerSlams and pay-per-views and that kind of thing. I like that.
Yeah.
So then does that mean all the other ones, are you going to be sticking with title match, or
it's going to be streaming?
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be streaming. We're on our next event. Our next event is on title match. I'm looking to see what the best option is for us to continuously have the most eyes on this as possible. Title match has been a great partner with us. They were there for us. There's a good likelihood of it, but we'll see.
Keeping your options open. I feel it. No worries.
Yeah,
I feel you. But Fight TV, like I said, is a big move, and I like that you guys are using it for the pay-per-views. Donald coming in the comments, watch out for the snakes.
Watch out for the snakes. Clarify.
I think we both know Donald. So Donald and Brett Lauderdale. So Donald and Brett Lauderdale is like the main event that's been like needing to happen for like about a good solid year now, because he just does not fuck with Brett Lauderdale. And so every time anything to do with Fight TV gets brought up, and he was listening to the last show, he
oh yeah, with us. Listen, contract signed over there. It's fine. Nothing. We're good. It's on. So we're fine.
Hey man, that
Donald does not pull no punches, bro. I'll tell you that.
That's for sure.
I appreciate the honesty. We're happy. Listen, honestly, we're happy to be there. It's a reliable platform. It's a great platform. There's a lot of people there's a lot of the audience that uses it. If the fans want to be able to watch us somewhere like that, where they're used to digesting this media, we wanted to be with Fight to begin with. I'll be honest with you. If everything flowed smoothly during that first show that we did with Twitch, and we didn't have all those people reporting our stream, I would have stuck with Twitch honestly, I'd fuck the revenue. Like, we would have stuck with Twitch and grown it there, and given it all for free, Yeah, we wanted to be with Fight. We wanted that pay-per-view revenue from the start. It didn't work out. We went to Twitch. It was a great option. We had good viewership on there. I think we would have continued to have good viewership on there if it didn't become an issue with people intentionally reporting that stream. We would have rode that as long as we could and given it away there.
Yeah, not to dig too deep into the details, but what exactly happened with that? You just basically dealt with mass reporting type of deal?
Yeah, so it was after the event had finished. It came to my attention. I'd seen a bunch of screenshots and links sent to me from 4chan threads of people speaking about literally almost to the minute of when the blood started on our show. And I understand it's against the terms of service, but that's if it's being reported, it's going to be taken care of, because it started to get reported during the Vinny Massaro Beverly match, but it didn't actually get taken down until the start of the main event. So it was mass reported through lovely 4chan, which is literally the cesspool of the internet. We found it in the groups of people that were talking about it, and saw the channel got flagged and the stream got taken down. Luckily, we switched it up pretty fast, and got it up on Facebook by the time the match started. And then, because that kind of fucked our plans for how we were going to release that. The mentality originally going into it was, I'm gonna give the shows away for free to the live audience, and the audience that's live and ready to watch it with us and support live, you get the product for free. After it's done, and then it's up for VOD for purchase, which was where we were going to make our money. So had it worked out the first time, that's kind of where we would have went, where everything would have been free to watch right there and then afterwards we would have recut it and put it up for digital download and DVD and Blu-ray and all that good stuff. But because it didn't, it showed to be very easy for people to mess with us, I was like, all right, well, we definitely can't do this again.
You can't invest in this platform if this is the results that we're getting.
Because we had plans for sure. I mean, I had plans from that first show to incorporate all kinds of fan involvement stuff into the events, where we were going to do live fan voting through Twitch, through donations, where you can pick match stipulations. We were trying to. My original idea was to turn it into a kind of like a Cyber Sunday or Taboo Tuesday type of concept, where there was, you knew who was going to be in the match, but you could vote for specific stips, or you could put bounties on items. You could put bounties on specific moves or finishes or whatever. And I get that there's some terms of service issues. I'm not stupid, but we like to push the envelope a little bit and see what we can do. And that, I feel like, would have been a new way for fans to interact with pro wrestling. That got thrown out the window after show one. But, we've been talking about ways to kind of bring back the, Twitch, and how we're going to, use that into our marketing strategy and produce shows specifically for it. So I think you'll be seeing more of that down the line. We just can't risk it anymore with the deathmatch stuff on there because of the first time around. Yeah, somebody wants to ask me. Mike wants to ask a question badly, but he's going to cross the line. You could ask it. Ask it, and if I don't want to comment on it, I'll say no. I'll just say no comments.
Hell, you already know how we roll on here. Throw it out there. And then for those of you guys who are joining late, make sure you hit that subscribe button, because like we said, if you follow us here on Instagram, us at KO3C Pod, Circle 6 at circle6.co. If you follow us both on Instagram, and make sure you screenshot showing that you're subscribed to us on YouTube, you'll be in the running for some tickets to Circle 6 Catalyst. If you're in the Detroit area, if you win free tickets, we couldn't suggest a better show for you to check out, and it'll be live on Fight TV for anybody who's not in the Detroit area as well. He said, I won't hold back. Fuck, Jesus. I'm just saying, Donald wants to fight Brett Lauderdale. Jesus.
Donald, did I meet you at the last Detroit show? So
I don't think Donald got to make it to the last show. So, Donald, you've definitely got to be here at Circle 6 Catalyst September 9th, man. I'm just saying. And for those of you guys who are watching it on Fight TV, you're going to see a nice commercial of your boys from Knockouts and 3 Counts in there. All right. Well, I was giving Mike a little second because he said he wanted to ask his question. We'll see if he drops it in here. Bruce, who comes in for the MMA stuff, Ariana Lipsky needs to become a ring girl. Wow.
Wow. Coming in hot.
Wow. Coming in hot. Jesus.
See, I feel like she could not deal. If we're going to jump into it real quick, she could not deal with the pressure that was brought on her in that fight, man. She folded like a chair. My
other parlay would have been fucked even if it didn't have Dominic Cruz in it by Ariane Lipsky. But since we're not going to go too deep into the UFC, I am not mad about last week. A nice little $15 turned into 300 right quick. We're doing all right. Yeah. We're doing all right. Joey said the feud of the year is Donald Holland versus GCW. Oh,
I'm
Lord.
with it. I'm with
Hey,
it.
man.
Used.
I mean,
I'm so intrigued by this level of anger. Like, and I've just used Detroit. Brett used Detroit. Okay. I mean, listen, you're allowed to feel however you want to feel. It's intriguing to me that there's that level of anger.
We'll
But
have to meet
I
up
don't
at
hate
the
it.
show and have a beer and talk about it.
yeah,
Yeah.
Donald does
Yeah.
not. Donald does not hold any
Yeah, I'm definitely
punches,
interested
but
in finding out more.
hell yeah, Donald. That means you got to show up to Circle 6 Catalyst, and like I said, any of you other guys and girls who might be watching this, make sure you check it out because you're going to want to see this one. But with that being said, we talked about the ladder match. Is there anything else you can let us know about the ninth that you think is going to be able to, maybe for a first time fan, that's going to, really make them want to come see this show? What else are we in store for September 9th?
Trying to think if there's anything that I can actually say at this moment. We have a lot of really interesting stuff that's going to be announced in the next couple days. We're just waiting, tighten up a couple things with some talent, but there's going to be a lot of people on there's going to be a good amount of people on that show that you haven't seen wrestle for us before. Some people that haven't been in Detroit either before or in a very long time. The show's stacked. I can say this, and I'm just upfront with people. You're gonna get a good amount of violence for all the people that want, that are here for the violence, but it's gonna be a more polished show than you're used to seeing from us. Not saying that you're not gonna get what you want, but you're gonna get a unique experience. This is kind of, I think last time I said everything leading up to this point for us was the preseason. This is when things really start to fall into place. Stick true to that.
Okay, so Mike's dropped this question in the chat.
No, I'll answer that. Yeah, I'll answer
All right.
that. That's not a
So
problem
my
at all.
question is, a huge fan of wrestling, what's the point of running against shows that draw the same style fan? For example, Horror Slam and Circle 6. Okay.
Yeah, no, I'll 100% answer that. So this is 100% honesty. I actually reached out when I found out that they were running the same night. I looked at Horror Slam's Instagram and their flyers that they had they had 2 posts, I think, at the time for that September 9th date. And both of them were cropped to where the date and venue information was not there. So I don't necessarily, to my knowledge, I looked at their page real quick. I didn't see anything on that date. So I went with it. That was the availability. Those 2 dates were the availability for the venue where we were able to get a Friday and Saturday, Detroit and Cleveland back to back. I didn't see anything on that date. Now, when we announced it, I reached out to everybody via email who purchased a ticket and sent them a thank you and promo code to get a $5 discount on tickets for the Catalyst. Somebody emailed me back and said that I guess promoters don't talk to each other. I guess there's no communication between promoters because you're running the same day as Horror Slam. And I responded back to that person. I told them, hey, yeah, communication between promoters is not necessarily the best, especially if there's no previous working relationship. But thank you for bringing it to my attention. Let me reach out and see what I can do about it. I called Darren McCarthy that day, and I was like, hey, I feel really bad about this. We already announced this show. I can't move it because I got other venues and other scheduling really in place here. But I don't know Breyer personally. I wanted to get your opinion on, what's the best way to go about, reaching out to him and talking to him. He happened to be at the show that night for Horror Slam. So he talked to him, and Breyer reached out to me from there. I told him, I was like, hey, we can figure something out. Let's see, if there's a way we can change times or days or whatever that could go on here. I can try to provide some extra talent and for Horror Slam or whatever we can do. But they were stuck to the date that they had as well, and really neither of us could move. So it just kind of it played out the way it played out. Now, like I said, I do feel bad that that happened. I wanted it to be known that there was no intention of being like, hey, we're coming in here and we're going to run against you, because it's not like that at all. And I know that's the way that it could be perceived. So I don't, if the fans perceive it that way, that's fine with me. They're going to think whatever they want to think. But from one business to another, I wanted to make sure Breyer didn't perceive it that way. So we did reach out and apologize about that. But there really wasn't much we could do, you know? So
Well,
I
mean,
tried.
you've
We
got
both
to
tried.
at least be commended for the fact that, you know, you tried to make something work and at least reached out to them. Now, it would have been totally different if you just came in and said fuck them and didn't even try to, you know, didn't even try to move it, just saying that you're in here. So, I mean, at least the fact that you worked on it, I mean, that's all that really can be asked for. And who knows, man? I mean, something to be, and that brought up a question listening to you talk about that. Something you and I talked about after the first show was how you were happy with the reaction that we saw from past guests of the show, Dread King Logan and his partner, Zach Smith. My question is with that, how much are you looking forward to trying to bring in Detroit talent on this card as well? Because I know you said that there were other guys that you'd like to see in here. And like I said, they had a hell of a opening spot there with them and DMAC coming out, because, man, that crowd was hot.
Yeah, 100%. We're definitely, again, like I said, looking in, bringing Detroit talent this time around as well. This isn't going to be the last time we're here. Like I said it before, we wanted to make Detroit a regular stop for us. We're going to continue to make Detroit a regular stop for us. I feel like we'll be there every 2 months, you know, at a minimum, because I really, really like it there. And it's conveniently next to Cleveland. We're able to double up when we're out there and use a lot of talent from both areas, bring Detroit to Cleveland, Cleveland to Detroit. I just, the people there are great. And the venue's awesome. Like I love the vibe in that place. I was shocked they let us do what we did in there. And, you know, we had a conversation. Why is it the promoter Circle 6? Sorry, I get distracted by the chat, by the comments. I should probably stop looking at it.
Okay.
I have a very short attention span. We'll go to his comment afterwards. I'll finish this one. I apologize. I love that we were able to do what we did there. We had a conversation with the venue after the fact, just to kind of wrap up and see how they felt about everything. And you know, really their only complaints were we left some thumbtacks that I missed stuck into their beautiful floor that we just, you know, kind of fucked that up a little bit. And he goes, there was an awful lot of blood left on the ground in the back. And I'm like, yeah, honestly, I didn't even see it because we mopped up back there. And he goes, yeah, the lights were dimmed, so I didn't even notice it until the next day. Because Otis cut himself pretty bad during that match, and I'm pretty sure all that blood was from him, and we just missed it because we're scrambling, you know, to get him out of there and get him taken care of. So, you know, the venue was happy with us. I don't see any reason for us to not come back. If the venue wants us there, the fans still want us there, and there's an opportunity for us to grow there. And I would love to, you know, work out a situation where we can come in early and work with Horror Slam and provide some talent for them. And, you know, I'm not a versus show, nothing like that. That's not the deal, but like, just be involved, you know, like help do what we can to make as many good shows possible in the area and build a strong base.
Are there any other like Detroit names that you're looking up out of here? And are we going to see Midwest Scumbag on the show here come September 9th?
You'll see half of Midwest Scum. But that's just by
booking stuff.
Timing. That was literally just by timing. We would have both of them if we could. There is other talent. I'm not going to throw names out because we haven't confirmed anything, and I don't want to, like, you know, drop anything out there. So as we confirm talent, we will drop more. But I know everyone was kind of complaining that we don't have as much announced for this show as we should, but the focus has been on the ladder match. There's going to be a massive drop of talent announcements. And I kind of mentioned earlier that I want people to start just understanding that when we're in town, trust it bank that it's going to be a good show, buy tickets. I know it's a lot to ask, but we're still kind of sticking to that here. And I saw the Tommy Vendetta thing pop up. I'm pretty sure Vendetta's on the Horror Slam show that day, so we can't really do that one.
Can't be in
But
two places at
there's
once.
There's other names. No, there's other names. There's even if he could, I wouldn't want to take away from Horror Slam by having the talent split by making people I can see him here or there. It's fine. Do your thing. He works for him regularly. That's fantastic. I hope they have a fantastic show. That's not being sarcastic at all. I want them to do well.
Karam's name being thrown out, but yeah, dude, he's out doing his thing out in Europe, man. That guy, holy hell. I don't think it's long before you're going to be seeing Karam on a TV, but he's definitely a guy that a lot of people are saying they want to see a lot of places. So it's definitely somebody else I could see at Circle 6 at some point too.
So I want to touch on the ladder match one more time real quick. So as of right now, we only have 3 of the 4 participants, correct?
Yeah, 4th one's getting decided this Saturday. We got a 6-man gauntlet that's going to decide the 4th participant. What's the beef going on in our chat right now?
Yeah, man, like the whole Mike's question got people heated up, man.
Who's heated? What's the problem? No, seriously, what's the problem? Who's in here mad at me or someone else? What did I do?
No, he's not mad at you. It looks like Mike is mad at Joey because Joey, yeah, it's Mike and Joey going back and forth. I don't think it's you because Mike said, "Why is it the promoter can answer everything respectfully?" That's just my take from what I can see in here. But Jerry coming in the comments, glad to see more shows coming to Detroit. When ROH and Evolve went away, we lost big traveling sports events. You're not lying, man. At one point when Ring of Honor was coming through here a lot and Evolve was like one of the big feeders for WWE, I mean, dude, we had some banger shows that came through here. I mean, we had Austin Theory, who's now Mr. Money in the Bank, on the show right before the 10th anniversary show. I mean, we had Josh Briggs, who was on NXT, come through here. I mean, you had Ali and Swerve have a match here. I mean, all in the little VFW hall in Livonia. And you've got Ring of Honor, who would come here and run like the Ford Performing Arts Center and all that stuff. So that kind of goes back to something that we talked about the first time you were on the show. Like, how important for you was it when you were coming here to Detroit when you were looking for the venue? Like, obviously, like I mentioned when you and I spoke after the show, I mean, I have never seen or been to anything that was ran at the Jam Handy before I was at that event. So how important was it for you to find somewhere that just sticks out for you? You know what I mean? As a venue for Circle 6.
The most important thing that I was really kind of looking for over there was for a venue. I didn't really care what it looked like as much. Like, obviously I prefer where we're at because it's got an aesthetic to it that's really awesome. But I wanted a building that nobody else is running. Like, that was the most important thing. I think the building protection for a lot of these companies is a thing. And for us, it's a thing as well. Like, 1720 in LA, like, I want that people to associate that building with us. Now, when I was talking with Danny and trying to help him out, we couldn't find any other building in LA, and we offered up 1720. We had to change the date because of availability purposes, but we made that happen for them. And that's like, to me, my sign of going, hey, good relationship. We're not, we want to help, and we'll offer this up and get you in here. And we've done, we'll do that with anybody that's a good partner of ours moving forward in any building that we can. Now, that being said, I'd like it to be a situation where we're there to kind of maintain, because we keep a good relationship with all of our buildings. Which is why we get the exclusivity, and which is why everyone has wanted us back, So that was really kind of the thing for Detroit. I didn't want to go in and run where we were going to be stepping on anybody's toes, especially uninvited, because it could be looked at as like an act of aggression, and that's definitely not the case here. We didn't want it.
Hey, I mean, I got to give respect to that, man, because most people, when you come in,
I don't. What's up?
My bad. It froze up. My bad. There was a lag on my side. Go ahead.
No worries. I was saying that's why I felt so bad when it happened that we reached out and tried to talk, because I didn't want them to think like, oh, we've been here for this long and now these assholes are just coming in here and trying to, piggyback off of our hard work of like building a scene and doing this. It's like, it has nothing to do with that. Like, yeah, we're there because there's a scene and there had to be somebody to lay the groundwork. But we always are working with the mentality of leave it better than you found it. I don't want to come in there and take advantage of what other people have built. I would just like to add on another layer to it. We'll give back. Just hit us up. Ask.
Yeah. Hey, this is only the second time you guys are going to be here, man. Like we said, having more wrestling in Detroit's a plus for everybody. So in the future, I'm sure the logistics will work out. Logistics will work everything out later on in the future, man. Fact of the matter is, wrestling's here. It's in Detroit, and we're just here to enjoy it, man.
And I think we're putting on a different type of show as well. Like, I don't think our show is the same as Horror Slam, and I know there's some crossover, but to a degree, like, we're kind of going after a little that hybrid fan almost that not only likes the hardcore stuff, but also is like, hey, I will go to the WWE show and I'll go to the AEW show and maybe I watch classic wrestling or whatever the case may be, or I like pure stuff. But we try to have a little bit of everything. So we're running a different type of event and going after a different audience, in my opinion.
Well, I mean, you guys had such a mix of the people that were on that first card. I mean, you had everybody from the Impact World Champion, oh my God, Josh Alexander, if I could spit it out. Good Lord, I'm like, it's looking right in front of my face, but I just can't spit it out. But yeah, you got everybody from the Walkin' Weapon, Josh Alexander, who's about as pure wrestling as you can get, to, then you've got, like you said, Otis Kogar and how much he was bleeding in there and all that, to past guests of the show, Masada and Schlack, and a 200,000 thumbtack match. Don't let me fuck it up again. I don't need no heat with Schlack or Masada. I mean, shout out to Masada winning the XPW Heavyweight Championship, by the way. Congrats, kind sir. But with that being said, I mean, dude, like, my point being, there was such a wide difference. And then you had past guests of the show, Zicky Dice from Impact, who, is going to entertain you all while trying to kick your ass in the process and maybe get a fast one going. So, like I said, and then you had, like we talked about, Midwest Scum from here in Detroit. I definitely liked what we saw, man. And with that being said, all of you guys who are watching us, if you guys are new here, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, because as we mentioned earlier in the show, we are sponsoring Circle 6 Catalyst that's coming September 9th at the Jam Handy here in Detroit. Like I said, if you're following us here on Instagram at KO3C Pod, Circle 6 at circle6.co, and then show us that you're subscribed on YouTube, you'll be in the running to win some tickets to this show. And if not, make sure you check it out on Fight TV. Man, we're hearing a lot about Matt Taven, bro. What about Matt Taven coming into Circle 6?
We haven't talked to Matt Taven, but honestly, I'm open to it. I'm definitely open to it.
Good question from Joey. Will Circle 6 ever run anywhere else in Michigan, or are you guys using the Jam Handy as your main base here?
Right. For right now, I think Jam Handy is going to be it. We're already spread thin. We're already doing a lot. I don't know if we have it in us right now for me to try to expand out to any other market. My goal from the start here was to kind of pick 5 or 6 places that we were going to turn into our loop here and really work those same markets over and over again until we see what's going to click and what doesn't. I mean, I would definitely, say never say never. If a good opportunity presents itself and it's feasible for us to do it, for sure. But, I think we have a good selection of cities and venues right now between California, Nevada, Ohio, Michigan, and Texas, and even Orlando. We got plans to potentially go back to Orlando by the end of this year for one more shot there. I think that's we're kind of capped at the moment, but like I said, never say never. If things start to pick up and the demand is there, sure, I don't see why not. I would love to be able to run every weekend. If we could run every weekend, that would be an ideal, ideal goal. But it's going to be hard to get there, and we know it's going to take a little while. But if it does, fantastic. We'll do a loop everywhere.
Do you find yourself having to change the way you're booking these cards or the style of these cards up a ton based upon where you guys are at? Whether that be here in Detroit or Cali or Vegas or wherever it is, do you find yourself having to book anything differently because of the market you're in?
Restrictions based on the state and venue is really kind of what plays into it, you know. I think, like, for example, Vegas is our first time out there. It was just to kind of test the waters. We're at the FSW arena. There's, they don't allow glass there. We respect that. We're booking the show with those types of things in mind. But I don't think we found our forever home in Vegas yet. So when we find that, maybe things will change. I think LA, we book a specific show because of what the audience wants, and we kind of keep that in mind. Detroit, we're able to kind of do a lot of things there that we wouldn't be able to do in Cleveland. So we'll book that specifically out with that in mind. Same with Cleveland. Orlando, do whatever the hell we want. Texas, do whatever the hell we want, and we're a little bit more open and wild out there. But we try to give everybody the most authentic experience for our company as we can everywhere we go, and try to stay true to it. If we can't put on the type of show we want to put on somewhere, it's just that we're not going to sacrifice it just to be able to put the show on. I think even in Cleveland, for us not being able to do deathmatch, I think we've put on a good mix of what really makes us Circle 6 and what really makes the company it, So we'll see. We'll see if we can keep expanding on that. I'd like, full transparency. I'd like to eventually be able to talk to the commission out there and see if we can do something, if we can work something out, if we can run it professionally and have everybody tested and have physicians and whatever we need to do. I'd love to be able to bring deathmatch, like legal deathmatch, to Cleveland. So we'll see.
Talking about breaking barriers out of here, man. I don't know, man. I am looking forward to September 9th. I'm looking forward to Circle 6 Catalyst. And like we said, now that the cat's out of the bag, we are proud sponsors of Circle 6 Catalyst. We will be in the building. So if you guys are ever so inclined to want to share a beer with your boys, feel free to do so.
Kyle's
buying. Shit, who the fuck volunteered me for that? Just because I'm the host of this shit doesn't mean that I got volunteered for it.
You gotta take care of the listeners, bro. You gotta pay.
I mean, we'll you know what, Donald, I owe you a beer, first of all. So Donald, I owe you a beer from quite a while at this point. So Donald, you'll get a beer on me regardless. But for all of you guys who are watching, make sure you stay watching so you can win some tickets, courtesy of your boys here at Knockouts at 3 Counts. But man, I don't know, dude. I'm looking forward to the 9th. I'm looking forward to running into some more of our listeners. As I mentioned, like I said, if you guys are new here, make sure you hit subscribe. And on these episodes, with some of the talent leading up to the show on the 9th, we will be giving away some of those tickets. Make sure you're following us on the socials, both us and Circle 6, and make sure you're subscribed so you can win those. But I don't know, man. I guess the best way to end this, if any, you talked about the different vibe and you want the different look and all that. For somebody who's new to Circle 6 and didn't get to check out the first show, I mean, take this last chance to let them know what's going to set you guys apart and what we can expect come the 9th, bro.
Honestly, I feel like what sets us apart is just the vibe of the show.
Damn.
It's not taken. What was that? What was that?
He goes, thanks, J-Bone. I think the host should buy a beer. You know what? We're going to have a promo code for this. So you know what? If you buy a ticket with our promo code and show me that you bought it with the promo code, I'll buy you a fucking beer.
Hey, listen, straight up, we get the bar at that venue. So definitely, I think the host should buy beers. I'm all for it. Buy as many beers as you possibly can.
I was gonna have his own vendor line out there. Oh god.
Hey man, if it means that you guys are actually gonna check out these damn shows and buy a fucking ticket and be in the building, me and J-Bone might have to pony up on some beer. Hey, Sharon is Karen. You wanted to be a host on this motherfucker.
Anyway,
There it is.
back to your point. Let's talk back with the guest here. Back to your point. Let's set you apart.
Back to your
listen,
regularly scheduled program.
our deal is our deal is the vibe, man. Like the company is a mixture of all of our core personalities, everybody that's kind of involved with this thing to make it a reality. It's got a little bit of all of our stamp on it. I think it's serious without being too serious. It's you're going to get quality wrestling, you're going to get deathmatch, you're going to get comedy, you're going to get a little bit of everything. It's a variety show in the simplest of terms, but it's not a joke. This isn't something I want people to look back at and go like, oh, you got to watch this because look at all the crazy shit they did. It's not that. We want people to look back at this as like, the way you would look back at like an ROH or an Evolve or any of the, or like even CZW, for example. Not, hey, they existed. There's some funny clips here and there. We want to produce quality for everyone. And we don't want to just be there for the sake of being there. The shows need to matter. The stories should matter. We're building into some big stuff here. I want people to get invested into it. We're going to start creating content around the shows themselves, podcasts, live streams, all this other stuff that we have coming down the pipeline that's just, itching to announce, but we can't really do until it's all set into motion. But I think people are going to be really interested. We're trying to be an indie version of a major company, not just, an indie company.
I like it, man. I'm looking forward to finding more out as more comes out with Circle 6 Catalyst. And like I said, again, you heard it here first. We're going to have some big names coming through the show to get you ready for it. If you guys aren't in the Michigan area, make sure you're checking it out on Fite TV. If you are in the Michigan area, make sure that you show us that you're followed and subscribed, and you can be in the running to win you some tickets, man. I am looking forward to seeing what comes down the pike, not only to be on the show, but to get to Showtime. And man, is there, I guess the best question to save for last, since Corey wasn't able to be at the last show, do you think there's anything that we're going to see at Circle 6 Catalyst that's going to be able to top 200,000 thumbtacks?
Yeah, 100%. That hybrid ladder match is going to be something people are going to talk about for a long time. That you have Jake Christ, you have Zach Wentz, and you have Atticus, right? With those three alone, you're going to get a fantastic match. We're going to have
Masada in that, dude. Masada,
you could
Ricky
potentially
Shane,
have Masada. You could have Ricky.
I don't mean
you
to
could
cut you off.
Cody Lane.
Yeah, be wild.
If you didn't watch the qualifying match for Atticus, how Atticus got in, Atticus versus Cody. Cody's not a sleeper, man. You could have Cody Lane in that match. That thing will get wild. Like, imagine if Vinny Massaro's in there. Can you imagine Vinny Massaro just dropping some sick Canadian destroyer off the top of that ladder? He's a psycho. He could.
Oh, man.
I mean, that's one of the best parts about ladder matches. And like with the way you guys are saying, the way you're saying with each person has their own specific ladder, like that also puts like a whole nother strategy into it, because it's like, if you go too hard off of your own ladder and fuck your own ladder up, you've just fucked your chance to win the match. So, I mean, I like it, dude. It brings strategy to it. What up? Shout out to our guys, Brain Jerk. Like I said, hopefully we see you guys in the building, man. Come on, get down September 9th to come down to the Jam Handy. We got a few more names getting thrown at you. Mike Bailey from Impact, they'd like to see over here. Him and Jake Christ would be
we tried Mike Bailey. That man is the busiest man on the indies. Good luck. Like we got to book him months and months in advance, which we should probably get better at. But you know what? Like we're running, we're doing our thing. Mike Bailey maybe eventually will get in there.
RSP for the final spot in the ladder match.
I wouldn't be mad at that.
God, I hope
wouldn't
not.
be mad at that.
I hope not.
Hey man, I'm not going to be mad at however this show plays out. And like I said, if you guys haven't already done so, make sure you're paying attention, get your tickets. You're not going to want to miss the show, and make sure you're not missing our show, because like we said here, we're going to be bringing you some big names to help get you ready and be giving away some free tickets. Mike, I know you're out in Vegas, and there's a lot better things you could be doing in Vegas than talking to us three bums. So I appreciate your time, man. Throw out your social media and anywhere anybody can check out the show and get tickets and all that good stuff. And like I said, stay tuned to the social media so you can see when we're giving away tickets.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, listen, if you guys go to circle6.co, just our website, you're going to catch everything you need is directly on there. Ticket links, social media links, everything's on there. Follow us on Instagram. You search Circle 6 on Instagram or Twitter, we're going to pop up at the top. Just, keep track of what we got going on. We're going to have a lot of announcements coming over the next 7 days. And we're going to have some pretty wild announcements that people aren't really going to be expecting at the Catalyst in September in Detroit. A lot of really, really cool stuff coming on. I wish I could just tell you, but it's going to be sick. It's going to be sick.
Hell yeah.
I don't know, man. I think that's as good a way as any to end because there's going to be a lot more coming from Circle 6 and a lot more coming from your boys at Knockouts and 3 Counts. We got bare knuckle fights this weekend. We've got UFC fights this weekend. And hell, who knows? Maybe, hopefully, I'll hit another parlay this weekend. So until next time and in the in-between time, make sure you hit that subscribe button so that you can get you them tickets. Peace.
Hell yeah. Thanks, guys.